This is what it's like cooking from scratch on a daily basis. If you're new here, I'm Bob, and this week I'm not just cooking for myself. It's Easter weekend, so I'm cooking lunch and dinner for 25 of my family. Here's how it went. For all the baking I'm going to do, I start by getting the cream and making all the butter I need. It's much easier just to buy it, but because I'm using so much, and mostly because I enjoy making it, I do it this way. And there's a video on my page if you'd like to make it yourself. One question everyone asks is, what do you do with all the leftover buttermilk? This week I use it in the baking as well. It's great to add to recipes in place of milk or water, like sandwich bread or biscuits, and any butter that's left over gets wrapped in a cotton cloth and popped in the freezer. Now on to feeding the masses. For lunch it was lasagna with sticky toffee pudding. Sticky toffee is an absolute favourite in my household, and there are never any leftovers. But of course there was room for a second pudding. This one was rhubarb crumble, which I picked fresh from the garden. A little secret to a good rhubarb dessert is to add a little bit of orange juice, and it just balances out that tart flavour. Once the puddings were done, it was on to the lasagna. I made one for the soup kitchen a few years ago, and it became one of my most popular videos. Since then I've tweaked the recipe slightly, but my cooking style really hasn't changed. No matter how good you get as a cook, I think I'll always love the nostalgia of cooking big, simple dishes that remind you of childhood. Once lunch was done, it was time to prepare dinner. One of my favourite ways to feed a large group is to dish up big bowls of food and let people help themselves. So for this meal I made hot and cold salads, breads and spiced meats, then made it really special with a few additions. Some homemade hummus, which is so delicious, and some pickled onions, which are so quick and easy but add so much colour and flavour. I've written both of these recipes down below, so save this video if you want to come back to them. And of course, it wouldn't be one of my videos without a cake, so we whipped up this carrot cake, which was a perfect end to a delicious day. So that's another week in my kitchen. Follow along if you want to cook more from scratch meals in your own.